Good evening, students. Today we have to discuss the characteristics of good insulating material. Then how the insulating material should be selected for particular applications. Yesterday we enjoyed the different class of insulation with different their temperatures, that is known as classification of insulating materials on thermal basis. It is already know that there is a importance of conducting materials and there is also importance of insulating materials. Both are very critical factors or both are essential to distribute the electrical power and plays a very important role in machines and in transmission and distribution networks where the electricity can be generated, transmitted and distributed to consumers. Hence, these two are the two faces of the single coin. Conductor is one face, insulator is another face of a single coin. That means now you come to know how much importance. Then how the insulating materials are selected? Very easy. It first depends upon applied voltage across that particular equipment or motor or any electrical appliance. Then how much current flows through the respective winding. That is very important. If the magnitude of current increases, then naturally it becomes high class of insulating material, because as the load current increases, I square R loss increases, heating effect also increases. Hence, we have to select high class of insulating material. Then operating condition depends where it should be operated and operating temperature at particular condition and which type of stress it is subjected. Basically, electrical stress is there. Along with electrical stress, we have to consider thermal stress as well as some mechanical stress as per the situation. Then shaping and sizing. Then material should be availability. If we select the material, if it is not available, then there is no use. Availability of material and cost, it is also considered. Then atmospheric condition, it is also one of the important fact, because insulator is subjected to directly exposed to the atmospheric variations. For example, pin type insulator, suspension type insulation in T&D lines are exposed to continuous changing seasons, summer season, rainy season and winter season. Hence, this is applicable for a particular type of application. All may not fulfill, but depending upon the particular situation, few properties are becomes very major. Now, what are the desirable properties a insulating material should satisfy for good applications? There are basically four properties: electrical properties, mechanical properties, thermal properties and chemical properties as per major considerations. Amongst that, again there are some points are there, few will discuss. So number one, the resistance should be high, resistivity should be high, that is the material should possess high insulation resistance to oppose the flow of electricity, to protect the human from short circuit, to protect the human from leakage current, to protect the human from different situations. Getting the idea? One main application, the operator should free from leakage current. That's why it plays, the material should possess high insulation resistance. Dielectric strength, second important property is dielectric strength. Material should have sufficient dielectric strength when it is applied for a particular voltage, it should not disturb the insulating properties. That is, for a given millimeter thickness. Getting the idea? For given millimeter thickness of a insulator should sustain the maximum voltage without disturbing insulating properties. It is known as dielectric strength. For example, mica has 80 kilovolts per millimeter. That means 1 millimeter thickness of mica can sustain 80 kV without disturbing any insulating properties. Getting the idea? Number 3, dielectric constant. It is the ratio of capacity of storing electrical charge by insulating material and with air. It is comparison. What is the capacitance value with insulating material and with air? Such a property is known as permittivity. This is also very good property, electrical. Number 4, dielectric loss. Dielectric loss. Perfect insulator should have dielectric loss angle 0, but it is not possible. Practically, it has some value. Good insulator should show the capacitor current to the applied voltage is 90-degree phase difference, but in practically it is not possible. Capacitor current is less than 90-degree phase difference. The remaining angle between 90-degree and capacitor current is known as dielectric loss angle. This dielectric loss angle is responsible for heat dissipation when the applied voltage is AC. Hence, a perfect insulator should have dielectric loss 0. Material should also possess some important mechanical properties. Material should possess sufficient mechanical strength depending upon application of that insulating material. This comes again to the pin-type insulator. Wind is destroying the insulator, hence it has to sustain that wind pressure. Material should not be porosity. If material is porosity, in constructionally it consists of number of holes. This presence of holes may reduce the mechanical strength. Hence, material should not show porosity property. If it is impregnated, then the mechanical strength is improved. And material should have low density. Density directly affects on the weight of equipment. Hence, less weight is more desirable. Hence, material should possess low density. And depending upon the applications, the different shape and size of the equipments are to be obtained. Hence, it should show machinability and moldability property also. Material should not be show brittleness property. If it has the brittleness property, then it should not withstand with sufficient mechanical strength. Later on, the thermal conductivity is also one of the important property required for insulating material, because we have to maintain the temperature rise under certain limit. Naturally, it provides cooling facility, or temperature should be maintained constant. What is the loss will present? It is proportional to heating effect. This heating effect should not increase continuously. Hence, what is the amount heat dissipated should be expelled by the modes of heat transfer. To achieve this, material should have better thermal conductivity. Soluble property. In certain cases, material should be applied after dipped with liquid insulation. Hence, it should show good soluble property. it should also show good chemical resistance, because insulator may be used in certain special conditions like gases, salts, alkalis, and in cables. In all special situations will affect on chemical resistance. Hence, material should show better chemical resistance also. And it should not be absorb water. The material should free from absorption of water. If a drop of water it absorbs, then it goes on reducing the dielectric strength of material. Later on it will disturb the insulating properties. Hence, good insulating material should be non-hygroscopic. It should not absorb the water conditions. And lastly, it should show weather conditions. Weather conditions. In certain conditions, insulators are exposed to the directly weather conditions, either rainy season or winter season or summer season. The insulating material should sustain their properties without disturbing its insulating properties. Hence, it is mainly applicable for pin type insulators, and suspension type insulators are used in T&D networks. Thank you for one and all.